So, welcome back to another episode of the Self-Development with Tactics podcast. Theoretically, at this point in time, I kind of feel like, well, what about naming it differently? What about just calling it a different name? Would this work? Would this at least, kind of make sense? Is this a good idea? But anyway, the past few days I wasn't quite able to just sit down and talk, due to time reasons. And so I thought about, well, what am I good at? I was just, reading something about a public person quite, that I, admire. Well, I know this person for quite some time. I do have a bit of history with what this person did professionally and whatnot. Basically, some of my youth is just, kind of tied to that. And also, actually a lot of great experiences with my dear brother are also tied to it. And so I've read an article about him and about the fact that compared to his colleagues, so it's basically a group, it's like just, multiple people. And compared to his colleagues, he is just, not like them. He's a completely different person. All of the other ones, they're just, very active, and they are joking around, and they they're able to talk. All of them, they are social media personalities. Maybe the wrong word, but then you know what I'm kind of referring to. They all know how to entertain somebody, But he is more or less like, and you can also see it according to his presence with the team, or compared to the team. The team is more or less a bit more in the background, doing just the quote-unquote more serious things, because he kind of also seems to be, or is more serious than the other ones. And so I'm just watching an episode where he's just talking about things, which is kind of a series of them talking about things, not only him, but also the other people and whatnot. And I have kind of seen myself in that. And, he was saying, well, I do often talk about serious things. I am not like the other ones that are joking around all the time and whatnot. And I thought, well, this is kind of also what I'm doing. I'm often just being pretty serious about whatever I'm talking about, and whatever I'm just trying to prepare and trying to give to people, or to you actually in that case. Lighting is actually really bad, to be honest. But it is fine. And so in this article about him, this person wrote down like, okay, we know that you are not like them. You're not an entertainer. You're not, typically the person that you can see in front of a camera and whatnot, and that is just jumping around and doing whatever. But still, I do want to see you. I do want to see you in a certain space where you can indeed flourish. Where you can be yourself, where you are not just being forced to kind of quote unquote compete with the other people that are completely different to you. That are just completely different people. And, they are acting differently as well. And so I thought, well, and in this article, it was also about strengths, just, this or that being his strength, and something else just not being his strength. And I thought, well, what is my strength? What is something that I actually also enjoy doing? Because, of course, enjoying whatever you're just willing to do professionally really makes sense. And, up to this point, I've really been struggling with what I want to do professionally. I do some design work, just, besides studying. But I don't really want to say, or I don't really think that this is going to be the thing that I want to do when, I'm working professionally. And I also actually indeed had the thought of being a commentator or moderator. You know what I mean? The person that is just, talking and moderating things. I hope you know what I mean. I do not want to actually look it up. I thought about that. I really did. I really did think about what could I do? What are my strengths? And up to this point, it's been incredibly difficult for me to figure out what my strength is. Let's actually figure out your strengths. Let's actually see what Google is saying. Let's see what Google is saying. And I'm obviously gonna show you as well. And I as well thought about, what about Twitch streaming? Could this be something for me? Could this be something that I could be doing? Could this be something where I can flourish? Where I can just sit down and talk about things, because indeed I actually like. Do I have to sneeze? No. I actually like talking about things. I like to sit here and present things and talk about things. This is actually what I really, really like and really like to do. Not all the time, obviously. It's just not like whatever. What are your strengths? 5 ways to find out. Free aptitude test. Find your strengths and weaknesses. Let's actually take this one. Richard Stepp. Even though the T is like a cross, so I do not really know what this is referring to. Yes, I want to take the test. Why should I take this test? The why is important when it comes to career or personal development. Is this test really for me? You're looking for your strengths and weaknesses. You're looking for self-awareness, self-help, or life direction. Let's take the test. Yes, find my strengths. Click here. Before I'm even gonna go through it, either I have to pay for it in the end or now or something, or I have to give them my email or something in the end. Okay, let's see. Ready to take the test. The instructions are simple. Just relax and be open-minded and answer every question as honestly as you can. Time's nothing else to it. Ready to take the test? Please continue on. Apparently it takes... you'll get your top 5 strengths and you'll get your bottom 1 weakness. And you'll spend about 10 to 12 minutes taking the test. I see. Should be fine. I'm already 7 minutes in, so well, let's see. You don't really like surprises. Kind of agree. I actually do not like them, to really be honest. You like to constantly ask, what if? No, disagree. You're not usually afraid of challenging opinions. Well, quite undecided. It really depends on the situation, I'd say. You prefer time with people you know instead of new people. Agree strongly. Yes, actually, really, indeed. You believe there are no failures, just chances to learn. Disagree, to be honest. You keep everyone on task and focused. I try to. Yes, I actually try to. You like to jump into an unknown situation and figure it out. It really depends, when it is about, figuring out new software, figuring out how to deal with something, then I actually like to do it. You do things just to experience it for yourself. Well, undecided, I really don't know. You enjoy and look for chances to be challenged. Undecided as well. You find a strength and feel the need to maximize it. I would disagree, actually, not really. I do know that I'm good at certain things, but I do not necessarily want to maximize it. I do want to be good at it. No, well, let's do undecided. It really depends. You greatly enjoy the process of learning things. I would actually say agreed. You dream of what could be instead of what was. You dream of what could be instead of what was. Yes, I do that. I would actually argue that everyone is doing that, but let's work with it. You enjoy the challenge of meeting new people. It really depends, actually. You feel okay balancing potential loss versus potential gain. I would agree. You can easily evaluate situations and decisions. Disagree, especially when it comes to decisions. I'm really, really bad. You try to look for causes instead of symptoms. No. Oh yeah, no, I'm doing that. I think that is actually really smart, you know, to have a look at what the root cause of something is. Not necessarily how you see it, but you know what the reason behind the whole thing is. You celebrate every completed goal or achievement. Completely disagree. I do not do that. You love seeing the world from different perspectives. Agree. You're good at taking charge of people or situations. Disagree. You are energized by complex and unfamiliar problems. I would say agree, kind of. You have core values that influence all of your decisions. Yes, I agree really, really strongly. You know, certain things that are really important in my life, I take care of these. You feel taking action is the more meaningful than anything else. I agree, yeah. You understand that everything has some level of uncertainty. Yes. You are confident in the judgments you make. Disagree. You like to figure out the best way to get things done. Strongly agree. You ask what if, select a path and then do it right away. Disagree. You believe talking about plans is not as useful as acting on a decision. Agree. You feel the need to bring ideas and events to life. Undecided. Really depends. Break time. You're moving along through the test and are doing great. Please take a small break. Now from the normal questions to freshen up, let your true self shine and nurture blah 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 blah. Not gonna take a break. You enjoy small talk and making connections with people. Like it really depends actually. I tend to like it. Yeah, let's go with agree. I'm actually not quite sure. Yeah. Undecided. I think this is more honest. You feel okay sharing and defending your views with others? Really, you know. You enjoy praising others for their accomplishments? I really fucking do that. You feel any studying is useful as long as you get to learn? Disagree, but it is not serving me, like why should I learn it? You are at your best in dynamic or unknown situations? Well, undecided. You're attracted to the go-getters in life and social situations? Undecided, we don't know. You are energized by living in a moment? Am I energized by living in a moment? Well, I would actually also not necessarily say so, but disagree. You enjoy finding solutions to the world's problems? Agree. I really love problem solving. I don't know why. You feel being a focused expert is better than being a generalist? Disagree. You are comfortable and enjoy working with others? Am I comfortable? Like, it really depends what it is about. I actually do not necessarily like working with others. Because I always feel I do have to make compromises, but you know, this is the whole point. But it obviously also depends on whom I'm working with. You don't normally turn away sudden or unscheduled requests? Disagree. I do most often do that. People look to you to describe the vision of the future. Disagree, you know, nobody does that. You love finding a simple hidden truth behind a complex situation. Yes, I agree. Personal strengths fascinate you and you want to enhance them. Well, I would say so, yeah. The possibilities of the future excite and energize you. Agree. Really do. You believe success is more than just money and fame. Agree. You enjoy persuading others to see or agree with your ideas. Disagree. I don't actually really care about that. You are detail-oriented and expect the same from others. Disagree. You take ownership and responsibility. Actually, disagree strongly. I am really not into details. You take ownership and responsibility for things you commit to do. Yeah, I would say so. You prefer your work to be meaningful and fulfilling. Undecided. You feel a relationship is only true or valuable if it is genuine. Yes. You have a reputation for being very reliable. I would say so as well, yeah. I would actually like to be that, you know, let's put it like that. You feel that work without clear direction is very frustrating. I don't really know. You like to use stories to make a point or teach others. Disagree. You do what it takes to overcome resistance and confusion. Yes. You can work long hours without burning out. Yes, agree. You set up routines, goals, timelines, and deadlines. Yes, I do. You like to find the perfect phrase or word for every situation. Yeah, more or less agree. I'm not quite sure. You are willing to accept the risk of being close to others. What? You are willing to accept the risk of being close to others. I would say so. I do not actually know what it means, but it kind of feels like yes. Finished goals help you feel better, but the want to do more quickly returns. Yes. You feel that making excuses for failure is unacceptable. Disagree strongly. You have the internal drive to get stuff done no matter what. Yes, I actually do. No one needs to tell you what to think. You decide for yourself. Undecided. You enjoy managing life's variables and unknown situations. Undecided. You need others to give you a clear destination and goal. Nah, wouldn't say so. You ask, what can we start when new projects or tasks come up? Yeah, most often I do, just because I do want to know how to time things. You are energized by the growth process going from novice to expert. Well, undecided. Well, yeah. You constantly search for patterns and connections in all that you do. Yes, I do. There are no strangers in the world, just friends you haven't met yet. Disagree. You ignore or delegate actions that don't bring you closer to your goal. Disagree. You can see past a problem and mentally move on to what is next. Yes. You feel your good name depends on following through with your promises. Yes. You learn to grow because you're interested, not just to be the best. Because you're interested not to be the best. Yeah, I would say so actually. You know, I do not necessarily always want to be the best. It is fine to be and cool, but you know, it's not my ultimate goal. I like to communicate by explaining, describing, speaking, or writing. Well, isn't this just like I do, but isn't this like just everything, every single communication you might be having? You feel the future is decided one choice at a time. Disagree. You show feelings of uncertainty and confidence in your actions. Disagree. You value responsibility and ethics in every action or task. Disagree. You always look for the best positive side of things. Unfortunately, disagree. You find thoughts and ideas exciting and motivating. Undecided, really depends. You're quick to smile at any time, and you do not need a reason. Yes. You enjoy and look for opportunities to try out new things. Yeah, I would say so. You usually want, well, let's do undecided. You usually want to feel in control of the situation. Agree strongly. You encourage people to be clear and honest in everything they do. I tend to do so, yes. You can sort through the confusion of life and find the best path. Disagree. You get a boost of energy when a new idea comes to you. Agree. You have great faith and confidence in your personal strengths. Undecided. Get your strengths and weaknesses and now pay. Oh, I do not even have to pay for it. That is amazing, you know, that is very interesting. Let's see. Your top 5 strengths. Problem solving with 75%. Know as much as possible about decision-making strategies. Get a book or 2. High levels of detail are needed for you to commit to decisions. Don't go overboard. Let others know you appreciate when they legitimately recognize and praise your reasoning ability. You give more credibility to numbers and clear logic. Ignore fluff and focus on the data. Don't let others use bad data as credible evidence. Well, I'm actually not quite sure about this thing. I do like problem solving though. Purpose 75%. You like to be busy, always have goals planned out and books to read, only attend meetings where you are needed, and will be fully engaged. Create a simple way to measure cumulative production. Keep tabs and grow. Keep slackers away, they are annoying and will bog you down. Too much rest or an easy assignment is not good motivation for you. Especially when it comes to rest, you know. By the way, I should get to bed. Determination. Constantly be on the lookout for new goals and improvements. Actively participate in helping a bogged down team into action. Teamwork, 69%, as well as determination, by the way. Wouldn't actually say so. Innovation, yeah, I would take that. Your remaining results. Leadership, 63%. Balance, 63%. My balance is completely off. Strategic thinking, 38%, totally accurate. Can't do so. Self-motivation, also not that much. Salesmanship, also not that much. Communication, actually a bit lower than I would like it to be, with 56%. And my bottom one weakness is adaptability. And I would actually say yes, it is indeed. You find success depends on ability to accommodate the unforeseen. You find planning work very boring. Find ways to minimize this chores while still achieving. Yeah, I really am not that of an adapted person, unfortunately. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna end the episode there. Do the test as well, would actually be pretty interesting what you've got. And I'm gonna see you the next time. So, bye bye.